You open on a crowded high street music shop. Amps humming, a crowd clustered around an amp demo, a roadie juggling cases in the doorway, then the sweaty crush of a small gig where every guitar matters. You recognize the holy trinity of names instantly. Fender Gibson. PRS, those lacquered badges with decades of cachet and price tags to match. Spotlights in glossy catalogues, shop window reflections and whispers. But here's the contradiction. A vast marketplace of guitars outside that worship. Affordable, well-made instruments, quietly outplaying pricier models in real use. Something's wrong beneath the surface. A perception shaped by branding, not always by tone, feel or value. Today, 5 UK available models that expose that gap and change your rules of thumb. Later, you'll pull back the curtain on manufacturing origins, pickup voicings, neck profiles and mod potential that the brochures never mention. You walk past racks of metal Ibanezes and ignore this one. But when you pick up the RG421EX, you feel that super wizard neck and the balanced tone that surprises you right away. The neck is thin and fast. It almost tricks your fingers into playing faster. Not a gimmick, designed for linear movement and comfort. At around 350-420 in the UK, you'd expect compromises, but the Quantum pickups give a full harmonic response that isn't one note. Made in Indonesia, build consistency matters. Tolerances are tight. Fretwork is clean. Hardware behaves. Exactly what you need on a gig. The bridge pickup has bite for heavy riffs. The neck position sweetens chords without getting woolly. The middle position offers clarity for single-note runs. The floating trem is stable enough for expressive work. Balance across strings keeps your hand relaxed. Most players assume Ibanez equals shred toy, lazy shorthand. The RG421EX is versatile and honest. In studio, it's forgiving to pedals and sits well in a band mix. Compare it to pricier brands, no essential soul lost. It offers pragmatic modern playability. For speed, clarity and reliability without bankrupting a practice budget, it ticks boxes pricier names sometimes miss. Look for a clean setup. Consider a modest fret dressing. Consider a pickup swap later to personalize voice. You think Pacifica means starter pack? Entry-level kit? A guitar for someone who hasn't learned yet? But plug in a Yamaha Pacifica 112V and that assumption evaporates within seconds. The older body dynamics, the Alnico Vive bridge pickup, give you a surprising fullness and punch. The neck shape and fretboard radiate simple ergonomics that let chords bloom and single notes sing. At roughly £150 to £220 in the UK, this guitar undercuts pricier blues and rock options while delivering a tone that sits naturally in a mix. Yamaha's Indonesian manufacturing for this model shows surprisingly tight tolerances. You're not getting a slap-together instrument, you're getting thoughtful engineering at scale. The loaded single coil and humbucker configuration is flexible. Scooped mids for clean tones, more mid-scoop with bite for overdrive, and a neck that's warm enough for rhythm and articulate enough for leads. If you record at home, the Pacifica reacts well to mic'd amp tones and DI reamping, proving useful beyond practice room convenience. Its stability and modest weight make it comfortable for long sessions, something you often prioritize over shiny specs. Side by side with more respected entry-level guitars, the Pacifica often outperforms in raw usability. It's less pretentious and more practical. For a player on a budget or a road-worthy second guitar, this is the quiet value bomb. Small price, big musical return. A pickup swap or a nut upgrade is all you need to elevate it into something that feels much more expensive. Because once you hear it in a mix, you stop seeing a starter label and start hearing a studio-capable instrument. You respect Fender, so you dismiss Squier? That's the trap most people fall into. The classic vibe 50s Stratocaster sidesteps that bias with a genuinely vintage neck feel. Satin fretboard radius, medium jumbo frets. It replicates the older Strat vibe without the premium price. In the UK, they sit around £300 to £360. The Alnico voiced pickups capture bell-like cleans and deliver articulate snarl when pushed. Recent factory upgrades mean almost Fender playability. Side by side, you can get nearly the same feel as a Mexican-made Fender. The classic vibe doesn't pretend to be a relic. It gives you the functional musical characteristics you want. A neck that curves like a comfortable hand. Pickups that sit in the mix. Hardware that holds tuning for practical gigs. The trem bridge behaves predictably, and intonation is usually spot on out of the box. When you A/B it with a mid-range Mexican-made Fender, you're often hearing differences in neck feel or pickup voicing rather than outright quality gaps. For tone chasers who love Strat quack and single-coil clarity, this is a potent shortcut to familiar voices without the sticker shock. Modders will find it receptive to pickup swaps and wiring changes, but many never need to. The factory spec is a balanced musical starting point. If you want the essence of a Strat without buying the name, this is the pragmatic answer. You write off house brands until you open the spec sheet and realize it reads like a more expensive model. The Harley Benton TE62DB is exactly that kind of surprise. Look at the roasted neck option, solid hardware choices, carefully chosen tone woods, all features that usually inflate a price tag elsewhere. With a UK street price near £140 to £200, this Thomann-made instrument is engineered to be customised, recorded and played without preciousness. Play it, and you'll notice the neck profile is thought out for real players. Comfortable in chords, capable in leads and stable under long sessions. The hardware, while not boutique, behaves reliably and can be upgraded easily. The guitar feels like a sensible platform rather than a disposable toy. For recording, the TE62DB captures a clear, honest signal, responds well to different amp voicings and mic placements. Spend a little on a pickup upgrade and you suddenly have a studio-capable instrument for a fraction of comparable name-brand costs. The real value is the room you have to experiment. You can mod, replace or refinish without crying over sunk costs. But the baseline instrument is already solid enough that many never need to. If you want a practical gig-ready guitar that won't make you wince when you take it out of the case, this model is stealth value designed for musicians who want results, not status. Keep watching, because what you discover later completely changes how you see this industry, and the biggest reveal is still coming. You never thought about Cort because you tie the name to OEM work. But that's the point. Cort makes instruments for many major brands and borrows those premium construction techniques for its own models. The G290 Fat reflects learned production methods with stable, fat neck profiles and a build quality that punches above its £250 to £320 price. When you hold it, you feel the balanced heft, even fretwork, and the stability that comes from refined production chains. Tonally, the G290 offers a warm, full-bodied voice that sits well in rhythm sections, while the fat neck gives you a secure grip for single-note lines and bends. The hardware and electronics may not wear a prestige logo, but they're specified for performance and reliability, an industry secret many overlook. In studio contexts, the G290 tracks well, translating your dynamics to recorded tone with little fuss. Compare it to similarly priced guitars, and you'll find Cort's manufacturing heritage shows in consistent setups and fewer surprises. For players who value substance over spectacle, this is a hidden bargain. The kind of instrument that outperforms expectations and rewards you over time. If you're searching for a reliable, well-constructed workhorse that lets you focus on music, not maintenance, the Cort G290 Fat is an intelligent choice that undercuts brand premium without compromising on essentials. And yes, something even bigger is coming next. You've walked a crowded shop, picked up instruments dismissed by name, and found real playable, stage-ready guitars that undercut the usual suspects. If you want the rest of these hidden truths, and the biggest reveal about where the real value is hiding, subscribe now, because what comes next will change how you shop for guitars forever. This channel keeps pulling back the curtain. Deeper breakdowns of why these guitars sound the way they do, price checks across UK retailers, and practical mod tips to make a cheap guitar feel custom. In upcoming videos, you'll get tone comparisons, wiring diagrams, and exact part swaps that give you the biggest tonal improvement per pound spent. You'll learn to spot a quality fret job, judge a neck profile by sight, and choose upgrades that matter. For now, take one of these models to a quiet corner, plug in, and let your ears do the math. Sometimes the best gear is the one that makes the music, not the logo.